just the, he looks frightened. He's not even recognizing that he is contradicting himself in the same video. Yeah, I got there. I went immediately to Quilla, put her on her side. Oh no, Quilla was she was it was in the bathroom where the maid found her. And then we went to the other room and they was talking about cooking. And then I started rubbing Quilla's head. I was playing music and he looked frightened. He looked frightened, yeah. He should have got in front of this. Yep. See, Jasmine Moon says, I couldn't imagine watching that video as her family. Exactly. Yeah. It's hard, it's hard to watch. It really is. Yeah. I can't even watch it as it is. Yeah. And that's why the next video I'm going to show y'all is going to just be still shots, And like I said before, sometimes we have to, watch this because it helps us to stay focused with standing for justice for Shanquella and to also to stay focused on the facts, right? They want us to shy away from the video and stuff because it's ugly. Who wants to see that? But if we start to shy away from it and stop watching it, then it'll be easy for them to introduce these lies and we'll start accepting it, right? Because this sounds like a better, sounds more plausible that the doctor messed up and did CPR on the injured body that the Cabo 6 didn't tell her. But it sounds better to say that Winter, did the finishing blow, right? It sounds better to say this kind of stuff, but that's why we stick to the facts. We stick to the facts. Even if we didn't have the video, the testimony from the family, because they weren't there. They just telling us how they got the news, right? They weren't there. The true facts are the 27-second video that shows the person that they've told us is Dejanay Jackson assaulting the person that they've told us is Shanquella Robinson. Not only assaulting, but unaliving Shanquella Robinson. We saw that. That is the math. We also know what the cause of death is. That's all we need. The rest of the stuff is just ways for them to get us distracted and forgetting the truth. That video makes me cringe. Yeah, because we know the outcome and you feel helpless. Jasmine says, Dejanay death is manly, but the Mexican authorities listed her as a man originally because they said she kept me. Okay. Taking her wig off and on. Yeah. Okay. So, right. Okay. Okay. Taking a wig on or off is not an indication of a man, right? Mexico listed her as a man, right? And Mexico gave her the charge of femicide, right? So I was curious about what's femicide. I hadn't heard that word. I'm going to admit that I hadn't heard the word femicide before this case. So I was curious about it. I went to look it up because I was wondering too, like, why, what is femicide? What is that? And then too, when people started questioning the gender of Dejanay, it made me think about this, femicide. Merriam-Webster Dictionary. This is a reputable source of information here. Dictionary. Femicide. It's a noun. Plural, femicides. The definition for femicide from the Merriam-Webster Dictionary states, the gender-based murder of a woman or girl by a man. That's it. I'm going to read it again because it's so short, just in case somebody missed it. They charged Dejanay Jackson with femicide. They said that, right? Femicide is a noun, plural femicides. The gender-based murder of a woman or girl by a man. That is the definition. That is the definition of femicide. After reading that Merriam-Webster dictionary definition of femicide, people will come over here and say, but that's not what it means in Mexico, right? I just produced for you all to see the Merriam-Webster dictionary. It's a dictionary that I know I'm not the only one that know about, right? So these delusional thinking people want me to disregard the definition from the dictionary to believe what they're telling me that Mexico, it means something else, right? Come on now. Come on. So I'll be fair. And I'd like to thank Nerda, who took the time to go ahead and get the information about what does Mexico say about femicide. So here's the information for that. All right, it says, what is the Mexican government definition of femicide? In Mexico, hold on a second. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. All right. Sorry, y'all. One moment here. I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay. All right. So let me get back over here. It says, what the Mexican government definition of femicide. It says, in Mexico, the term femicide refers to the murder of a woman because of her gender. This includes cases where the victim is killed because she refused to comply with certain gender roles or expectations, or because she was perceived as a threat to the male perpetrator's sense of power or control. So it sounds like Mexico considers the femicide as the murder of a woman by a male. So that's why people are accusing Dejanay Jackson of being a transgender, because of the charges and because of the visuals we see. And on that, I go here to this. So it's not like I'm just talking here. Like I said before, I have over 30 years of nursing experience, and for nursing, there's, a good amount of anatomy and physiology, and then just basic stuff, right? That we have to look at. We know that if skeletal remains were found in the woods, if skeletal remains were found in the woods, that we can tell from the skeletal remains that we found in the woods if it was skeletal remains of an animal or human. We can tell if there are human skeletal remains if it's the skeletal remains of a female or a male. And the way that we're able to tell these skeletal remains is because the pelvis is different on a female than a male. The reason why the pelvis is different on a female and a male is because females are designed to carry babies. This is an XY chromosome pelvis here. This is a male pelvis. Notice, wait a minute, let me put it over here. Notice, can y'all see my mouse? I don't think y'all are able to see my mouse. I need to get some type of mouse something for here. But anyway, I don't know if y'all can see my mouse. I hope y'all can see my mouse. Notice how narrow this is. Look at that. It's not 10 centimeters, so no baby can get out of this area, right? No baby could actually fit in this area. No baby can fit in there. There's no space. Look at this. See these this here vertebrae here. Look at this spiny process there. Look how that pokey, ouch, ouch. Look at these harsh angles there. Looky over here. Here is an XX chromosome female pelvis. See, notice the design over here. Notice this big, wide, round, looks like a bucket, right? This big round circle, this here, this is the open, this is how the baby's gonna come out. This is why your cervix dilates 10 centimeters. It has to make 10 centimeters to make this space here. See here? Isn't that nice? The creator is amazing. So we designed that way, these females, right? Look at how smooth the vertebrae are over here. Why? Because the baby's got to be in there. Baby can't be around all this. Look at that. Ouch. Ouch. No, there's no baby over there. See that? All right. So here we go. Female right there. And this is how they're able to tell. This separates us. Not only do the female have this wide pelvis with this big old bucket, that's because the baby needs to stay in there. If you had a straight pelvis, the baby would fall out. So it's angled with this nice design. This nice design here so the baby can stay in there. And then also look at what the creator did. He put an S shape, or the creator put an S shape in our spine to accommodate this curve. This tilted pelvis. So we don't fall over when we walk if we're pregnant, right? So everything is perfect with science and math. So that's the difference there. I always like to show that. Okay. And then too, before I get to the next video, the reason why people are upset if it's true that Dejeuner is an XY chromosome is because this design is going to give a great advantage physically to the species who has a body connected to this foundation, right? Going to be faster because you have a straight pelvis and a straight back, right? Straight back, straight pelvis, curved back, and also a tilted pelvis, right? So you're not going to be fast as somebody like this, right? Because they're going to be walking, moving with the weight coming from the back leg. So that means they can take off and thrust on you. And that's why XX chromosomes are alarmed, right? If these XY chromosomes are walking around pretending to be XX, and then they can all of a sudden go, surprise, and then unleash this fury with the strength of an XY chromosome, yes, we have a problem with that. And so that's why when people come and say they have concerns, I take the time to show you these things that cannot change. You can take hormones to have fat deposited on your bottom and make it look like a female tush, but it's not going to have the correct shape because of this design, right? If an XY chromosome took the injections to get fat deposited on their bottom, you will notice that the booty will be high. The booty and the hips going to be high. When fat is deposited on a XX chromosome skeleton. This is your foundation, y'all. You can't change this. The booty is going to be low. You're going to see the hips and the booty down low. So if you see some high hips, be suspicious. Be suspicious. All right, here we go. Let me go on back to this here. All right. Let me get, I am way down up on this. Okay, let me get a few more of these here, and then we move on to the next video, which is going to show the injuries. We're going to get back to some more math here. All right, let's see here. Hey, all right. Sharadia Niche says, hey, y'all. So happy to be live with everyone. Justice for Shanquella. And thank you so much for all your support. You really helped me out a lot. I love your messages and your comments and encouragement. You know, a lot of times I feel like I'm about tired of this. And then, you send your comments and your message and all of your support. Sharadia, Sharad, right? I'm so sorry if I'm butchering up your name, but I do appreciate you. I appreciate you, Ms. Sharadia Niche, for all of your support and your kind words. So much encouragement. Thank you so much. And Baby Sis says, if only we knew the date and location on summons each of the 5 of them got. That would be helpful information, but for some strange reason, nobody is talking about that. Yeah, well, according to the family, we need to let them do their job. Nobody need to be talking about that. Nobody need to be talking about that. Nope, not at all. Why do we need to be talking about that? The law is handling that. The FBI is in control. We don't need to be knowing about none of this stuff here. We need to know that we need to stay focused for justice for Shanquella Robinson. We need to stay focused on the case, on the information, on the math and science of it. JP6 says, okay, cool, Karen, let's do that. I know what prison I want Dejanay to go to. See, y'all talking about, y'all want them to go to Mexico prison. And my thing is, I showed y'all that video that shows Mexico got their own problem with femicide, y'all. They're not even arresting their own people. What makes you think poor little Mexico gonna take their few little pesos to extradite, prosecute, and imprison 5, 6 Black Americans for unaliving a Black American woman? They don't even give any value to their own women, y'all. We would do better to demand justice right here in the good old US of A, so they can get a long sentence. Because y'all know over here in America, they like to give out them long sentences, put people in there for 30, 40, 50, 60 years. No, not even that. They were like 120 years. 3 lives plus 100 years. Ain't that what y'all been hearing, huh? Been sentenced to 3. What that dude, Darrell Brooks, what he got? 1,000 years, right? That's how we get down over here. We need to administer this here justice. We need to administer it. Especially they talking about that if they say that the Cabo 6 moved the body that they can get 2 to 4 years. What the hell 2 to 4 years gonna do? We need them right here so they can serve the long time. Get that 1,000 years. 2 lives, a life plus 1,000 years. Y'all know how we get down over here in America. That's where the justice need to come from, right here. And that's who owed the justice to us, y'all. Jasmine Moon said they really thought they were some gangsters. Yeah, I guess so. We about to see how can I reach you, okay? Hey, Rebecca, what's going on? Good afternoon, beautiful people. Justice for Shanquella, justice for Shanquella, justice for Shanquella, justice for Shanquella. Yes, thank you so much. All right. Jasmine said, the 2 girls that came were Dejanay and Winter. Oh, okay, got you. Okay, y'all see, I be looking at all them clues. I'm like, huh, what that mean? Huh, what you say about that? Because, words mean something too. So you have to make sure that you're paying attention to the words. What's up, Davy? Davy says, I'm working, but I got you in my ear, RN. And it says, thanks. Justice for Shanquella. Thank you so much. All right. Yep. Shh, keep it down low. Thank you, Davy. All right. Janice says, at Darlene Richardson, She says he said alcohol, then denied the fight after she asked him. Then he said he wasn't in the room. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, and what I'm saying is that let's not get so into dissecting what the family said. They weren't there. They're coming from their emotional place, and they're telling you their experience, what they were doing when they got the information, what was said to them on their recall. Their story is credible. It's credible. We're not trying to pick apart, or what she said between 5 and 5:30 and 6. Did you get the time? No, because honesty, truth is just the truth. Let's see here. Bridget said, yeah, Deshaunay and Dejanay and Winter went to the mom's house. Yeah. Baby Sis says they are highly esteemed YouTubers, saying that this is turning into a cold case and it hasn't even been 90 days yet. Toxicology report and requests for phone records can take 5 to 6 months at a time. Thank you, Baby Sis. That's why we're supposed to be patient. Appreciate that. Say, hey, Eric. All right, new name. Welcome, Eric Darden says, I'm not sitting back waiting. Them Idaho folks didn't sit back. They blasted the FBI. Yeah. Good point, Eric. Good point. Yeah. Yeah, that's why we're keeping it up. We're keeping it up. Yeah. Yeah. We will. We are. We will continue to even do more too. You're right, Eric. And see, Janice says, then she saw the video and didn't answer since she seen the video. He was answering when he knew she only heard about it. Right. Let's see, facts. Okay. All right. I know these people is getting away from me. Let me poop down here and see some more new names. I love to shout out the new people. Welcome you to the chat. All right, good measures. Coffee Girl, I just wonder how this case will progress. A lot of moving parts. Yes. And Jennifer Smith says, wow, Coffee Girl, a very interesting info. What Coffee Girl said up here? Coffee Girl said, in Mexico, femicide, 20 plus years, carries a much higher sentence than homicide, 12 years. Wow. And it's interesting to see that Mexico still has a distinction between femicide and homicide, right? To me, which shows more clues of, why people are questioning that gender. See, Jasmine says the Cabo Six is the most odd group of people I've ever come across. Weird and not in a good way. Yes. Good majors. Okay, I read it. My bad. All right, let me see here. Any more newbies popping out here? Or coming back here? See, Good Measures is really talking a lot of stuff here. Good Measures says, okay, I get it. She's making a correlation biological, theoretically. No, I'm showing you that so when we see the video of the move, so you can see how a female, an XX chromosome moves is different from an XY chromosome. It's because of that design. Because of that tilted pelvis, it makes it so women, XX chromosomes, walk with the weight being on the front leg because we walk with the tilt. And that's why the creator gave us the S shape in our spine for the balance, right? Especially when we have babies. And a way to tell, even if a XX chromosome hasn't had a baby, the abdomen is still not going to be super flat because the pelvis has a tilt. So you can always see the little pooch. That's the other way too. If someone is presenting and saying that they are XX chromosome, if their abdomen is flat from the pelvis, then you know that that is an XY chromosome pelvis. So, okay, here we go. Yep. And so that's why I try to do math and science, because people will have delusional thinking and try to convince you to agree with it. And as a nurse, we are not trained to agree with delusional thinking. We are trained to reorient you back to reality. The reality of if you've got an XY chromosome, you have an XY chromosome skeleton. Because when you're dead and gone and the flesh falls from your bone, what is left is your foundation, and that is your skeleton, which is, at conception, right? Can't get a new skeleton. You can't. You can't. And let's see here. Sylvia says, if Dejanay is a man, how can have a child? Asking for a friend. Like I said, no, people have said that Dejanay has had a child, but no one has been able to prove that, right? And again, I brought out the fact, they say a child. What kind of a child? Is it a little girl, a little boy? Most people, when they've had a baby, they, like, even in the chat, people have been coming up here saying, oh yeah, I have two boys and a girl. Or they'll even, come after me and say, I have two XYs, or, they'll say that. They would indicate what type of child it is. When people are trying to tell you a story, they leave out those little details because they're not thinking that someone's going to want to know what the gender is. And that a normal person who's just telling a truthful story will just give that information unwillingly because it's nothing to think that you have to support it with a lie. No one has said if she's had a little boy or a little girl. Only the fact that she's had a baby. Where? No proof at all. None. In 2022, 2023, with phone cameras all over your phone, you mean to tell me that one pic of this mystery baby, nobody can put it in a pic? And two, if they saying that Dejanay didn't have this baby, then that means that whoever's in that video committing the act is the person that Mexico is saying that they are charging with femicide. So, So that's why I'm saying I can even be going through all this stuff. Why would I even care about some phony pics that nobody even got the guts to put off in the chat? Because it's none. No one has even said what kind of baby it is. Is this a little boy, little girl? The age or nothing. Whenever we question it or whenever we say, well, put the facts out there, then all of a sudden, nothing. Somebody will come up with the date, but nobody's still able to say what it is because you don't know. Because it's a mystery. No problem. I lived in Mexico for a few years. Right. Let's see here. Let's move on down here. Good Major says, then again at Sylvia Black, seems like someone said she doesn't have a child, but is good mother of one of Cabo's child. Yeah. I'm just saying that we know what we saw, right? You saw. So I'm pointing out the differences and why we move differently. Like people say, women, we switch when we walk. It's not that we're trying to switch. It's that we are walking with a tilted pelvis and this S shape in our back. And that's just what it looks like because that's how we have to move our hips to make the motion because we balance in a bucket. The tilted pelvis is like a little bucket in there that holds the baby in there, right? That's why we're slower because we wasn't designed to take off with speed and to be strong and all that stuff. We weren't designed for that, So, and that's what I'm saying there. So, Baby Sis says, Coffee Girl, I would like for them to put her in a cage with 4 hungry dongos, Argentinos, doggos, Argentinos. Uh-oh. Yeah, they're going to get their justice. Let's see here. Jennifer says, I think I read she was a godmother. Yeah, I had heard that too, said godmother. But see how story change, that's why I say it's important, stick to the facts, right? Stick to the facts. All right. Monarch Travel and Entertainment said, happiest New Year. Thank you so much, Monarch. Appreciate your comment there. Marie says, we have math and science here. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And that's what we stand on. That's how we know nobody going to be able to fool us and trick us with this ridiculous stuff here. You got to read room before asking something. Let me see. Good measures. You got to read before asking something. Oh, they get you in the chat? Yeah. If you put something in the chat that sounds like delusional thinking, for the most part, the mods are going to call you out on it. They're going to want to see some receipts, you know, because around here we put the receipts in here, right? They don't expect you to figure out the math problem without giving you the problem first, giving you the information that you need, right? So you can't just come over here and say weird stuff and then expect that we're supposed to just believe you when you say that so and so has a baby, right? Okay, so let me see. Ooh, let me grab a couple of more down here. I'm just kind of skipping around, y'all, so we could keep it moving here. Not a low booty, yeah. That's how we ladies are. I mean, we got a lot of booty, and two, it's just ways to tell. I'm gonna do something here because there was a transgender who admitted to being transgender made a comment on one of my videos. That one video where I really broke down this whole XY X chromosome thing. I guess there's some trans people that felt like I don't know what the issue is, but I was going to click on their site so we could just see what one looks like. But then never mind, I won't do that because y'all be so sensitive and stuff like that. And I don't have time to blow your nose. See, Deshay says, Eric Darden, are you related to the attorney in the O.J. Simpson case? I know, huh? Let's see here. Good Major says at Jennifer Smith. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Jennifer Smith is the one who emailed me that the video we just saw. Thank you again. Jennifer Smith, your comment works if you believe she was naked the whole time while medics came. Yeah, I'm discrediting the whole medics coming there and all that stuff. They ain't no medics came there. When we heard the maid said she found her already deceased. And see, Jennifer Smith says, good Majors, we went over this thoroughly in this chat. So many reasons. The main one is that she was unalive in the attack video, only lasted 15 minutes after that. Yep. Let's see, Jennifer says, and the picture was staged. It had already been said that she was found in the last position we saw her in the video. Yep. And that came from Geraldo back in November, before he knew, or before they knew they had to come up with these new stories to match up the lies. Had already, that's why I'm saying it's important to just stick to the truth, because the truth just is. The truth doesn't need explaining. The truth doesn't need any of that stuff. It just is. But when you tell a lie, when your lie is exposed, people try to tell a new lie to cover up the old lie. But your new lie is contradicting your old lie. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Let's see here. Good Major says, I get it, but not everyone watched this channel like that. You said it was fake that her body was moved. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was fake her body was moved. We just heard here, too, in the video that the sister said it wasn't even 30 minutes before they called back. That tells me that they in a panic, right? You think they was taking the time to dress the body, huh? And move the body? The body had a head broken off of it. Who got the guts to dress a body with a decapitated head? Who got the guts? They're trying to hurry up and get out of there. Do you know how long that would take? They did not take the time to dress that body, move that body, undress the body, redress the body, move the body again. How much? They're being ridiculous. It's not even worth listening to. Hey, Fortron says 44AK Fortron, aka Mr. 44 Dark Side in the building. Okay, welcome. Welcome. All right, Bridget says, I so agree with you. Let them do time here. Get that real time. Yeah. Plus, people in prison will know more about the case. Exactly. Put case on TV like the OJ trial. Exactly. Postron said, peace and blessings, people. Thank you for the peace and blessings. And that's how we like to get down over here. Although I will get loud with my authority in my voice when I feel the need that it needs to be done, because that's what we nurses do. We take charge and we advocate for our patients, for the underdog, and we make sure that we stick into the math and science. You can't fool the nurse. And I know some people think they can, but you can't. You cannot, because we looking at math and science. So when you try to go and do the fake, right, and take the vital signs, and the vital signs don't tell a lie. So, all right. And Davy says, thank you, Fortron. Blessings to you as well. Yep. All right. Thank y'all so much for sharing and spreading the love here. Jennifer Smith says, good measures. Yes, her body was not moved and they didn't put clothes on her. The doc was not working on her for 3 hours. A lot of lies. Not sure why. Exactly. Doctors are not going to work on nobody for no 3 hours. That's why they not pressing no charges against the doctor, because the doctor is like, whatever. The doctor probably not even knowing that they didn't said all this stuff. This is part of their little ring. And a way to get people distracted. They was trying to get the hell up out of there. They didn't even stay in the room. They didn't want to stay there with that body. They got up out of there. Nobody want to be around nobody. That's why I'm saying they didn't dress the body, move the body, make love to the body, caress the body. They didn't do that. They trying to get the hell up out of there. Especially the ones that didn't physically unalive her. You're like, I'm getting out of here. They ain't trying to do that. Cynthia Johnson says, it's like Mexico don't care anymore. I know USA don't care. Black on black crime, justice for Shanquella. You're absolutely right. And that's why I'm saying that we got to make sure that we keep on standing our grounds, because they're used to us talking loud and having a big explosion. Then all of a sudden things die down. But not this time, because we're not going to just be, we coming to you with math and science, right? We saw that. So we need to see some justice. As long as we stick into that, I think we will be all right, right? You see, Good Major said that, Jennifer, well, who dispelled everything? If so, people need to flag channels if that's the case. Why would you flag the channel? People doing what they want to do. People have their channels. People going to say what they want to say. It's not for anybody to judge, right? Judge not, lest ye not be judged. And two, he who is without sin cast the first stone. So we're not going to come up here and start trying to be self-righteous and all that stuff about flagging folks' channels. Leave people alone. If Geraldo want to come up there and post and make videos on all this stuff, so what? It's a drama channel. Let him drum it up. All the other people that's doing drama and putting in extras and all that stuff, so what? Do not get distracted by those people. Stop judging people. Stop trying to make people do what you think they should do. If Gerardo want to sit there and post all that stuff, that's his business. Let him do it. You don't have to watch it. Don't get distracted with lies. Stick to the truth. Don't get distracted with trying to defeat the people from telling the lie. People that lie are people that lie. Those people are out there. You're just going to run yourself ragged trying to, oh, look a lie. Oh, look a lie. I'm going to point the lies out when you try to distract me from the truth. Then I point the lie out. I don't just go around looking around trying to point out lies. But if you come to me with some stuff, I'm going to point out the lie. And that's how Geraldo come up under my radar. Y'all come up here and say y'all want to see these videos. I care about my chat. I love y'all. So if someone's out there feeling worried that they got some videos out there or that something's happening that's not righteous, I will look at it. I will look at it and then I'm going to point the bones out. Or y'all just saw when I look at it and it's right, we good. I tell you, this is true. We can trust that. But if somebody put something in here and they putting out some stuff and I can see the bones and I know it's a lie, I'm going to point it out. I don't care who the person is. I don't care who the content creator is. I don't care. I'm on the side of truth. Let's see here. Patricia, hey, Patricia. Patricia said, I don't understand why the family not making more noise since the FBI is doing nothing to bring the monsters to justice. Well, we heard the family say that they are on it and they have been told to keep quiet. So again, we're not here to judge the family on their efforts, what they should or shouldn't be doing. We don't know what the family has been told to do and not to do. So we're not going to put that kind of energy out there by blaming or shaming the family. These are techniques that we have been trained to do, y'all, right? So we're not shaming or blaming anybody for bringing out these points. What I'm doing is I'm shining the light on to show how we have been trained to do this automatically, right? Instead of us focusing on keeping the justice for Shanquella, we now pointing on who didn't do enough good job, who didn't shed enough tears, why they didn't shout enough, why they didn't do this, right? Stop, right? This is how the wicked want us to do. That's what they want us to do, is to focus on all this stuff while they just sitting back laughing. You ain't spent a day, a second in the shoes of the family. And we heard out of the mouths on November the 16th that they own it. We've been told to be quiet. So please do not judge. Thank y'all. All right, Ford Tron says, what happened to Tyler Perry's fake son? A fake son? Like I said, y'all, I'm 52 years old, and some of this new stuff I really don't know about. Like, I wasn't part of the whole, I'm new to this stuff here. I'm a content creator, but kind of like by default, right? I said something on the lead attorney show, and people now, expect me to keep this cause going. And that's what I've been doing. So as far as knowing about all the other people that's already been participating in this, I really don't know all. Oh, Tyler Perry. That's the, yeah, I never really watched Madeira, none of those things either. But you said a fake son. Okay, I didn't know he even had a kid. How old is this face? All righty. You see here, Jennifer says, good measures. It was already stated earlier on that she was found unalive, naked in that bedroom where she was attacked and unalive. Yeah, let me just see. I got a little short. It's not my short, but it's little short that see here, that shows the contradiction, right? Because Geraldo was making his cycle on a scene here, doing those interviews back in November, the end of November type of time, and this was the dialogue at that time. Let me see here. Share the screen. All right, it's a little short, but
only assume after that they put clothes on.
The body was found in the same position where she fell, which...
You hear that? The body was found in the same position where she fell.
Was sitting down. That's exactly how they found the body. That's
sitting down. That's exactly how they found the body.
Where they found her.
The cleaner found her on the floor on the same spot. So I could...
All right. Okay. And that was just a little excerpt from a whole live, whole video where we have Geraldo making corrections and saying that there was only one just all kind of stuff, right? And now there's new information about CPR and all that stuff. And that's how we know. Excuse me. All right, let's see here. We keep on moving here, moving on down. See, Good Measure says so many accounts of this story has been stated. Shaking my head. I've moved on to what was the motive. Right. Yeah, we don't know the motive. We don't know the motive. That's all I say. We stick to the facts here, the math and science. So we don't know the motive. That is just speculation. We do know that 27-second video and the cause of death, that those things match up. That makes 2 + 2 = 4. And here we go. Me too, baby sis. Uh-oh. I just wanted to see the criminals behind bars. I feel you, baby sis. You got some support right there too. Ooh, Bridget says, if she would have had a child, had child, it would been on her Instagram, but she deleted her account. Yeah, true. And my thing is this. The baby came so late. The baby came after numerous people started questioning the gender of Dejanay Jackson. Then all of a sudden, the flying monkey started to drop off these messages and comments that Dejanay had a baby. But still, no one's seen any pics of the baby. No one has even declared what kind of baby it is. Is it a baby boy? Baby girl? What is it? This baby. What kind of baby she got, huh? Let's see. Jennifer Smith says, Good Measures. I don't think there is an official account of motive, but it seems likely extreme jealous was a factor. Wanted to humiliate her, assassinate her character. Sounds reasonable. Let's see. Good Measure at Jennifer Smith. No, a motive hasn't been established. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Yeah. We're not here to establish a motive. We only have the 27-second video and the cause of death. The rest of the stuff is just fluff. Good Measures, I feel we may never know. Yeah. Hey Sandra, in my opinion, I believe the report found Naza. In my opinion, I believe the report found Naza's. Okay, sorry. Let's see here. Baby sister says, I can't change anybody's belief one way or the other. I just want to see justice in this horrible case. Nothing else matters to me. The whole truth will eventually surface. Exactly. And that's why until we get the whole truth, all we have is the 27-second video, and the cause of death. Those are the truths. Those are the facts that remain. Like I said, the family wasn't there. The family wasn't there. So even what they say is hearsay. But they are testifying to what was said to them, and we could accept their testimonies for that. But as far as anything else, we know that there's a 27-second video out there. And some videos, I think, is 34 seconds. I think I remember seeing one that was 34 seconds. But within the 27 seconds, the attack is done and she's already on the floor. And by this time, the Dejanay person is throwing her hands up in triumph and, talking smack. That's what we know. Post and got the info reported. I'm getting a headache. See, Fortran said all of them stories are fake. Yes, thank you. I don't know what they did. Okay, so let me just kind of scoot down a little bit because I'm a little bit far off. And then we're gonna get to this. I'm just going to get to it. This here is going to be John Q explaining the injuries, and we're going to have it on the still shot, so we'll be able to see. It's still very traumatic to see it, and especially hearing the description. So if you know that you're going to be triggered by this, please go ahead and click out now. I said it's going to be just still frames, but y'all know on this channel, we do look at the evidence here. Let's see here. Look at the evidence. La Jessica says, Queen Sheba last video made me sad. This case got everybody emotional. Queen Sheba, okay, we ain't seen nothing from her in a while. Put her on the list. All right, so let's go ahead and see this here. All right, I've queued it up to the part right before he gets up here. All righty. This is John Q, and he has been on the channel multiple times. He also has a channel where he talks about this, and also he did a lot of research and investigation for the Kanika Jenkins case, and that's how we have come together in that way. So please help the people out.
Much love to everybody.
So I just called him to come up here because people was just like now having these questions about it. So y'all see how I'm pretty passionate and fiery. So I wanted, because he's very calm. Y'all gonna see here. I'm gonna take my picture out here so y'all don't see me twice up here. But anyway, here we go.
In the chat, much love to you, Miss Natural Beauty.
Thank you.
Knocking them out the park tonight.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Well, you always do.
Oh, I know that's weird. Well, I appreciate your confidence, and I appreciate, it's all the support and all of the attention you come over here to give us with the updates and all of your visuals and stuff. You just really bring a lot of value to the chat. Stick around, Good Measure. We're about to bring out the proof right here. We don't do no gossip over here.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I mean, in covering this case, I always strive to look at the facts. I want to look for the distinctive thing that tells me the truth about a particular situation, whether it be a conversation, a picture, a visual of some kind, something that tells you the truth and you are secure in your answer, period. And it does boil down to math and science. And we have the laws, the natural laws governing both math and science. So, and these are God's laws. These are not ours. We are supposed to adapt to them, not the other way around.
That's true.
So, in explaining Shanquella's injury has been a very difficult task to do because most people have never heard of an atlas luxation. Neither have I. I didn't know what it was when I first heard it myself. I said, oh man, okay, atlas. What was that? The guy holding up the world above his shoulders? Remember the guy? Atlas? So, and then you do your research. You begin to go into an area of educating yourself. This is something that I don't know, and this is something I want to know and learn about. And so the first step is look up the definition, just like you did femicide. Most people, like myself, did not know what femicide is. So you got atlas, luxation, the word femicide, all these different words we've never heard of in a case. And this is what leads us to learn about these things that we didn't know before, expand our educational thought processes, and become intelligent people at the same time, especially when you know what it is you're talking about. It is difficult. I just looked at it long enough to put together the parameters and speak to people in the sports medicine field, as well as a couple of nurses, registered nurses like yourself, who begin to put together the pieces to make sense. And then you can begin to explain it a little bit better as you go on,
Right.
Yeah. So, well, I thank you for the compliment. As I stated before, I try to specifically look at things because I want to know what the truth of these things are. And in taking a look at the injury that Shanquella had suffered, and I'm just getting in.
So he's saying he's taking a look at the injury that she suffered. So that's why, Brown Sugar, I can say that they did not dress the body. The body was badly injured, and it takes a lot of work to be able to dress a dead weight, paralyzed body, and one that has multiple fractures on the frame. Your skeleton is your frame. Her frame was fractured up. It was severe spinal injury in the atlas luxation. They were trying to get out of there fast. Not even 30 minutes after the first phone call, they were already giving up the lies. That's why I don't believe it. That's why. And I get excited because I'm excited about the truth. I'm excited that you can't defeat the truth. I'm excited that you can't dispute the truth. You can't dispute math and science. So that's why I get excited when they try to show these lies, because I'm excited to stand up for the truth.
Oh, you caught me. That's why I was a little delayed in coming up.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. We had, there's a lot of stuff people are still talking in the chat. And, it's easy for us because we've been going through it and we accept it. But a lot of times, people are coming here new. So I wanted to make sure that I'm, caring for them too, to, explain it to them. So I'm not just, saying, well, I already said that, and then moving on to something else. But for everybody to be able to understand it, really appreciate how you break it down.
Right. And to answer, I guess, King Jean's question, can you answer this, Mr. John, if there are any organs missing?
Thank you, Robert.
Shouldn't the Emmy out there
Hey, Ty Beaver.
Alterations and missing organs? One, we don't know if any organs were missing at all. But yes, they should report them if they are. They should have reported that directly to the family if anything was missing. So that's the short answer. But good question, though. Good question. Okay. We have to get the visual. And the biggest visual that we've received on this case was the actual attack and assault on Shanquella.
Yes.
So I'm not going to play the video. I'm going to just walk us through some still shots so that people have a clear, crisp visual. And then I'm going to walk you through how the atlas luxation had occurred, and then the lower lumbar back injury that Shanquella suffered at the same time. All right, so let us begin. And thank you for having me back once again.
Of course, thank you.
Let me know when you can see that.
We see it. Put a 1 in the chat, y'all, if y'all see that good. All right, y'all see that? Look at this, right? This person looks like they have something wrapped around their face.
Good.
Yeah. Now the pictures, obviously, because of content, I don't want to have Miss Natural Beauty's channels struck with a negative.
Here's your second video right there, right? Somebody is videotaping.
Will be somewhat blurry. Obviously, Shanquella is going to be somewhat covered, but everyone who's watched the video a number of times would pretty much know through the sequence I'm about to go through what they saw. Okay, good. We've got ones popping up. Okay, so here the assault takes place. We believe it's in the morning based on the sunrise that's showing up on the back edge of the wall here in this particular area here. It was identified by not only myself and Miss Natural Beauty, but other YouTubers are taking their time to examine these photographs and still shots and videos properly in order for them to get intelligent information as to timeline, because that's what's most important in this whole sequence of events. So here the attack has commenced. We've seen that this attack went from one side of the room, which was the right-hand side where the sliding glass door is. And then we see the attack proceed by Dejanay Jackson to move Shanquella's body over to the left-hand side of the room. At the same time, too, we pick up someone with a cell phone.
Look, her feet are off the floor. She's been lifted off of the floor, y'all. That's some strength there.
Actually recording this event occur. And in matching what's on the picture of the cell phone and the room itself, you can naturally see
Y'all see that?
someone recording this event. This is not someone's face, such as FaceTime or anything like that. This, when you look at it and then pull back and then sequence it from the room, you'll see that they are identical pictures. Hence, we have someone recording this. We also have someone in the middle recording the main video, which we're watching which is being seen right now. So it leads to the fact, are there two recordings of this event? Answer, you can deduce yes. We just haven't seen the second one, the one over here. How much more recording was there? What happened thereafter? We don't know, up until they get to the point to release it. However, going back to this assault, coming over to the right-hand side of the room, we see Dejanay Jackson manipulating Shanquella in a very vicious forward attack to a point in the attack to where she begins to get close enough to manipulate Shanquella's body. As you can see, Shanquella's head is bent over to the right, away from Dejanay Jackson. What Dejanay decides to do is to manipulate Shanquella to get her around her body and around her head. Here, you can also see with a bit more clarity the cell phone recording at the same time. So now she's up close and personal. She's controlling. And here's where the neck manipulation begins. And you can actually see this.
Wow.
Dejanay Jackson's head is down. Shanquella's head is just above hers. Shanquella's arm. Dejanay Jackson's arm is around Shanquella's neck at this point.